decades of working to find a solution to Lake Carmi's algae blooms, the treatment system that was installed by the state in 2019 has only made the problem worse.
The state has decided to remove the system. They're now looking into a new treatment that they're optimistic will finally address the issue. But as NBC5's Amanda Martin Ryan learned today, it might be too late for some community members and visitors of the lake.
We got a solution, and now we're back to square one.
John Costa and his wife have been visiting Lake Carmi for more than 25 years and loved it so much they bought a house to spend summers in Franklin. But for Costa, just the thought of enduring another season of algae blooms has him questioning if the lake has become more of a headache than a getaway.
Do I sell? Do I keep that property? I mean, does it become valueless if this lake goes away?
While the lake is clear as the sky in May, Costa says the algae blooms have become seemingly worse each August since cyanobacteria started overtaking the lake in the early 2010s.
It's just this gross, disgusting, slimy, bubbly, horrible looking stuff.
When the Department of Environmental Conservation installed the aeration system to help circulate water from Carmi's deepest parts, Costa says there was a sense of relief felt around the community. But each year, its performance became more and more of a letdown.
From the time the system went in, it never ran fully every year. There were always mechanical issues with it. Even including last year, we'd had periods of weeks, a month of time when it was down.
The state acknowledges it's more of a restart than a setback, but there is still hope with a different solution on the horizon.
They're probably the most widely used way to control phosphorus concentrations in lakes.
For the DEC, their plan B is aluminum sulfate treatments. It's already gone through a feasibility study, which estimated costs of alum treatments to be $2.6 million. It's more money coming out of the state's pockets, but good news, the process is already effective at another lake in Vermont.
We've just kind of had a nice run through there in Lake Morey, which should make things go a little more smoothly as we go through this process again.
If things go according to plan while following state and EPA regulations, the DEC hopes to start alum treatments by the spring of 2025. But for the Carmi community and Costa in particular, it may be too late.
If we don't get some degree of direction from the state within the next 6 to 8 months, we may sell.
In Franklin, Amanda Martin Ryan, NBC5 News.
Now, NBC5 First Warning Weather, the area's certified most accurate forecast.
It's a tough situation on that lake. They cannot catch a break, it seems.
Yeah, it's a bummer for the folks who own properties there.
Well, we're about to heat up. I know you've been wanting this, Liz. Some people are fine with 65 degrees and clouds.
I'm ready for summertime.
Yeah. What about you, Brian?
Yeah, I'm with Liz.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think you're going to like this forecast. We do have a few little showers out there right now. We'll start out with the temperature map and show you what's going on here across the board. We've mostly got upper 60s and lower 70s, but most areas are dry. So 69 right now in Brattleboro, and it's a beautiful sight. Some puffy clouds, but no rain being detected, at least on the radar south. Hey, look at Burlington. Some haziness. Very light, but some in the sky when you look out kind of on the horizon in particular. Storm Tracker is largely dry. The thicker band of clouds is from northern New York across northern Vermont. And it's really been Franklin County, Vermont, with the showers and the downpours. A little bit certainly in Orleans, been a few in Lamoille as well. We had one over Mallett's Bay earlier, but did want to show you where the rain is coming down right now, particularly up in the direction of Richford. This is just south of the Canadian border in Berkshire, so we'll zoom in here and get you some road names. Richford Road in particular, and then as you get closer to the center of town, we're seeing it on Center Hill Road where the rain is really coming down. So just a couple of spot showers out there, diminishing in the next couple of hours when the sun goes down. So tomorrow looks pretty good. Sunshine mixing with clouds. Can there be a sprinkle? Sure, but 99% dry, just cloudier in the afternoon. Saturday looks pretty good. There will be some rain Friday night in New York, but most of us are dry here going into Saturday, just a spot shower. And then Sunday may end up totally sunny for a good chunk of us, like Champlain Valley points west. Thinking the farther east you are on Sunday, like out towards Coos County, New Hampshire, or the Connecticut River, maybe there's more clouds. But overall, Sunday's the pick of the weekend, pretty nice. And look at the trend in the temperature. 75 Saturday, that alone is pretty nice. But that's the coolest day in the next 5. 82 Sunday, 84 On Monday, 85 Tuesday. These numbers are for the Champlain Valley. So it's not out of the question that some spots, especially south, are closer to 90 degrees. Now for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're not talking about humid conditions. Dew points in the 50s. They should still be in the 50s for Monday and Tuesday, but you see the little tick up occasionally. We get a dew point close to 60 there early next week, which in the grand scheme of things is not much, but you feel it coming out of winter especially. We've had that the last couple days where you notice a little difference in the moisture in the air. So temperatures tonight in the 50s, partly cloudy. For tomorrow, most of us stay dry. 77 for Malone and Champlain and Ticonderoga, closer to 80, probably a backyard weather station pops an 80 in the Champlain Valley, usually how it goes. And then in southern Vermont, we've got a lot of 70s in the lower elevation. So here it comes, the summer preview, especially through the weekend, the second half of the weekend and early next week. We've got mostly sunny conditions in there for Sunday and Monday in particular. Tuesday's great as well. Then there's a front somewhere in there Wednesday into Thursday. It's a pretty strong front, so there'll be some rain showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder when that goes through. And basically what that does, it resets us going into Memorial Day weekend. And the Vermont City Marathon now at day 10 on the forecast, temps in the low 70s for highs. So we are in pretty good shape as we get towards the holiday weekend. Now, that being said, you see the sunny icons in the forecast. Will there be smoke? That is now the question that's on the table for maybe a while, right, Matt?
Yeah, we're just seeing those persistent fires up in Canada. They've been burning in some cases all winter long. Sometimes they can smolder underground and then reemerge when the snow melts. And since there's a drought in Canada, it's been quite a rough situation up in Alberta, British Columbia. There's a little bit of haze you might notice as you're looking out toward the horizon. You see that in the dark gray shading over most of Vermont and New York, but it's not impacting air quality. The thicker smoke is north of the Canadian border, and that's how we think it'll stay through the weekend. You see, by Saturday morning, most of us are fine. There is a little bit of smoke, especially in eastern Vermont, western New Hampshire for Saturday. But again, that's elevated, meaning not impacting air quality at the surface. The issue is the Canadian drought has been so persistent and it's still ongoing. You see that white shaded area all the way from the Atlantic coast of Canada to the Pacific coast. So it's a far and wide-reaching drought, and it's most severe up by Alberta and British Columbia in some towns. So that's why the highest fire concentration, the most out-of-control fires are going on between Yellowknife, Grand Prairie, and Edmonton. And when we look at the Canadian summer outlook, we're still expecting above-average temperatures across the country. Precipitation is near normal, but with the severe drought near the current fires, it's going to take quite a bit of recovery to get those fires to burn out. So we're hoping for a little bit of rain, and of course, it's something we'll be keeping an eye on throughout the summer. Brian?
All right, Matt, thanks. In Barrie, drivers at Thunder Road are preparing for a busy season and one of the most competitive late model fields to date. NBC5's Noah Searson caught up with a rookie who is already making history before taking her first lap.
It's time to roll out upgraded rides at Thunder Road and put finishing touches on to compete on the famed short track.
I mean, if you're just a little bit off, then, I mean, it really shows on the track.
Working out the kinks even more important for a 21-year-old rookie trying to make history.
Once that helmet goes on, the car doesn't know whether I'm female or male.
Taylor Hoare is the first woman to race in Thunder Road's late model division in over a decade, and she's trying to become the first ever to win Rookie of the Year honors.
You know, out of the car, I do enjoy being a role model to all the little girls and just anyone that, you know, looks up to it, knowing that you can, you know, be a presence in a male-dominated sport.
She's continuing a family legacy her dad Brian built after he won 8 championships on the American-Canadian Tour and countless races at Thunder Road, which motivated Taylor to take the wheel herself, but first she needed a ride.
I started doing my own research on Facebook Marketplace, and it didn't go very well for me, but starting to ask my dad a bunch and begging and pleading and showing him different race cars, and finally one day he snuck off and basically came home with a race car.
4 years later, Hoare is making the jump from the street stock division to the late models, joining her brother and SRT Motorsports teammate Justin, who was a rookie last season.
I had the opportunity to race my father last year at the Milk Bowl, which was quite a special experience. And I'm sure it's going to be along the same lines. Yeah, we're going to be competitors, and you know, I hope that, you know, that we're one of these days we're sitting on the podium together.
He's my biggest fan and biggest supporter and protector. So, you know, I think it's going to be good. We'll have each other's backs out there, and, you know, just race each other clean, I hope. I'm scared for my mom out there to be watching us both, but it should be cool. And, you know, he's got an awesome opportunity with his car, and he's done so much work on my car that I'm sure it will be fun for us both to be out there.
A family affair that'll put the pedal to the metal Memorial Day weekend. In Barrie, I'm Noah Searson, NBC5 News.
Great story, Noah. That's awesome. Well, as we had to break, you're taking a live look from our camera in Rutland. 70 degrees on Thursday at 6:25. We'll be right back.